Aha, ni mama kwaba. Emra Pent Radio 100.1 original kasia no. Emra so se yade esom mo ensem no edosom. Dedi mu akotene ebi ne se mampanyin John Dramani Mahama asra kosase eni mampurusifo se wo mo emma asumdue akwanya ewo montam. Saso ena Dr. Ken na shibe enso edi atudwo se nipa bia wo mo ekoto share Forestry Commission for so na wo mototo wo mopunum no enimonimu ya no yenhwe na sankofo ni nyina yenche won na kane Road Minister onomonyamfo Asenso Boache wose abra Ghana ya photo samfo kopie mo ewo emrahye bedwam no woka se $750 million bi abai ekwaje ne bosia se ode beye swami interchange no nko a wose sansem no nukra bia enim ensem bi eka we ho na wie samufo asamukroje na mede so mo se original ye kase ewo Pent Radio 100.1 Kasiani Mwaseda enkoma Ohinere Spices ena Ohinere non-dairy powdered milk. Ohinere Spices no ebu ewe jaman so etu yoba oye bema wunu aduane wa abonten tonwa spices ba kope ena ewie medi ho danse na medi ama se fato no aduane no baye de na betia po enwiane nu ahye mumma enti wudi no na emma wo apomoden mapa ya wo flavors no enwotwe wo pa akokɔ de a wo benya odwan de aponche de ni nyina benya fried rice de ebi wo hɔ pese wo yi abomu na pe spices e de aguma stew no fa bi ewo no ye wo shrimp so e de ewo hɔ flavors ne de edroso kwadwa man so bo na koka se wo pe Ohinere spices be bia wonsa ebeka bi Ohinere non-dairy powdered milk no so apomudi ahyemu ma kuma bia wo de be fraduane no etire aduane nim sanse emu pina emu edo wudi ni nyina so na wo te de no na esan so ama wapomden fa bi ma oma no wo fie mo mumfa bi enko suku ne ukunu ne abusua ni nyina mo ni bi mo benya apomden yuma kwwe adawroma ena awie omo ebomichi do midi mame ajoa ahenkra ka chie ye chie ho abaye ban sem ni mu nchire mu no ye de besom mu
Joshua mini grow. Na say die oduane ni damo ayesronko.
Ani omura. Ohinere spices abefi. Aduane de ayesronko. Ohinere chicken seasoning. Sewo tutu. Uchi ama ye akokɔ nam ho bibia. Fakakra sum.
Froye mi.
Ohinere stew seasoning ba mama jeta.
Jollof no.
Ohinere jollof seasoning ma musham no odo.
Fried rice no kra die.
Ohinere fried rice seasoning and mami fried Friday. Apunchin kakram. Me do Ohinere go seasoning ye. Asam na senira. Ohinere seasoning powder. Ya wani beef, shrimp, noodles, any dia keke. Ani so de aduane me sham na medem. Ubedi dibio. Enti obapa. Ohinere spices abama ye. Aduane no aye de efise. Ne die nenso. Aye de.
Ohinere spices. Daily.
And we go with Romo at 020-780-5398 and 0244-525908. FDA Aji Ejodian Kratoi Atum.
Adishia ye mama kwaba na kase no enchiemu no yemfa ensom jahene aboanan ya bepiemo ewo Jubilee House abesra mampanyin John Dramani Mahama na enkomotwetwin no no ena mampanyin ede adesrede ekwa makosase ne mampurusifo se adawroma omomomoden so mbema asumdue afa ntampa efra ewo montam ose niema ekoso ewo boko na enam so ama asuafo bi kura no yabobo mutu amu mati nananom ewo ensiado achechefo ene aban adwumayefo ni bi so atwepia afa agyan chese wo madwane ose ni nyina emmoa oman empuntuo enti animanimu ya wo monhwe so mbema asumdue afa ne ntampa efra.
There can be no progress without peace, and I wish to commend you for the peace that reigns in Gonjaland. It is my wish that other areas will learn from the peace that Gonja enjoys. So I take this occasion to appeal to our brothers and sisters, Kusasis and Mamprusis, to give peace a chance. We cannot accept this current situation where students are shot in school and killed. We can't accept the current situation where teachers, public officers have all run away from Boko because they are afraid for their lives. And we have given the mediation efforts to Otumfo, and he has briefed me constantly on the progress that he's been making. And we are almost there. And so the current fighting and killings can only be done by people who want to derail the mediation effort. And so let's give peace a chance. But as the army has announced, I have directed the army to move from peacekeeping to peace enforcement. That means they are going to be a bit more robust with anybody who is involved in criminality. And so let us give peace a chance, not only in Boko, but in Nkwanta and all the other places where we currently are suffering conflict.
Anyway, Ghana man penyin John Dramani Mahama na enano juoda ensemu a esi ye ewo mai mu de na akwaya asemu a eya abrahosem esan ya asefesem pa ane sai Forestry Commission omoye adwumaku a wo mo ebo yenkwaye ho ban no ena nipa bi a wo mo bo mo ho safo hene se wo mo eye national security ekobo pia wo mo na wo mo bo pia wo mo na kire no adan no nyina wo mo etutu Nya the Chief Executive Officer Emma Ghana Chamber of Mines Dr. Ken Ashibe and some way what the no atumu bi no sesa nkofo ni nyina ni manimu ya was mpanyifo ede eniema gu akwanu na ye chewon
important say that nkofo yi a ye hu omo efidie so enye omo pe ese making sure say ye be fu nipa kwa or some because it was a coordinated operation. You were numbers now can video no more to me. But today, no, I said the IGP, the Attorney General, His Excellency the President Nankasa will call the arrest of all of these people immediately because Forestry Commission for almost more rapid response force. In rapid response force, no, as why now so almost 30 almost way and can then be and yet the police in IGP say police no him fan no oje the command here one and so man na say regional National Security Coordinator say sanko for you oboye NDC operatives oni momo aye ne den na NDC operatives under a situation yaka say vigilante ya pass vigilante law omunya antade enya accoutrement who gave them the power to carry firearm to go into Forestry Commission for fear.
Na enuachi no ena Dr. Ashibe edeka ho sem enka aban declare galamsey bebia yetu galamsey no state of emergency na chese nyese bia eya aban na bema wakwanya anase mpanyimfo na bema wakwanya mo akwa wuni kwan se wo beko wanka sa niema we nyina da enka ensi
state and the citizenry will have confidence in the state apparatus. It's important that immediately, declare you're making sure you're around this way up, and the media should be made aware of every process ever taking place. It is not acceptable. Forestry Commission they put their lives at stake protecting our forest. Now so it is important for Ghana to send the signal. So we are really serious. We've been in a Ghana coalition against Galamsey. We keep talking about the state of emergency. You declare state of emergency. These people, we will deal with them as what they start. It is important.
Dr. Ken Ashibe, Chief Executive Officer, Emma Ghana Chamber of Mines. Na ne krokro mono ena era ama Mawuzi, waye Director of Communications, Emma Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. Wanonso ekasa ye etia nipa wamo kwaya wamo ekobopni Forestry Commission no eno wase obiye ni wa waso echen emrano etise emrani nyaso umunku adia enu.
So we are constantly in touch with the security in those areas so that the police can immediately, come in and then come and support. As it says now, the calm has been restored. The after Monday, into Yegusu monitor we are constantly on the ground and monitoring to ensure, say, the people there, the officers there are safe. Na emano so ebe fane kwa emu omo mobedi sanse huni nyina so emane ni omobedi. Omana yeti mu nemra o ya ubenya mensa bi o mefie bia mensa wo. But say ya wa bai na ba o say ya opposition o. Say me he me ntumi nka say efi party A and a party B. Wo ho. Eno de hoda but Omanpenye for Sanya agency for Sanya Manasu. It is a way will be Master Wood them Russia when some so we did we in Yamansembia and then running ubedi and no dear daho. It is a what by yourself opposition no and no dear nobody checks those things. And the law is no respecter of political colors.
Obanyina wo hye nkita hodi wonsem so ewo asoye wo mo hye yensase ena ye fomagudie tuo ho ensem so mame ama mawusi ena yatinini na yantuo ensem no so enfama wo a ena no ada ena Ghana ya photo samform ekopie mo ewo emrahye bedwamu ede yakwa homasika no kwato dwa na bra wo kasa no ena osi abanya etwam no dollar no 750 million na eyabosia bo a wamokwaje ye teswami interchange no wamode ba bedi ehu dwuma kane road minister onimonyamfo asenso boache aba monten so abeyi ensemwe no a wo chese sansem wa Ghana ya photo samfo koka wo mrahye bedwam no nukura bia anim na mom na dwumadie potin bi eka ho na nam so ema aban no ekwaje bosia no wose konongo dual road project no eka ho bi afi flower pot interchange no eno so ka ho bi afoforo na ena eka ho bi enam so ema aban ekwaje $750 million na mom enye soame interchange no enko a
member for the Committee of Finance that work reviewed the government facility of 750 million. We took that loan to provide support for government because that loan was 750 and it was for about 6-7 other projects. I can name them here. The facilities are here. That's why I put my phone. I don't want to speak from my mind. It was for Ofanko Insawam project, a Jusu Konongo project, completion of the Insawam Apedwa Road project, Swami Interchange, completion of Flower Pot project, you know the Flower Pot project, construction of the Kobenya Pediasi Road, and I can give you this and to give you all the details. So that money was not specifically for the Swami Interchange alone or the Fanko. It was supposed to support government counterpart funding. Okay, so it's not true for the finance minister, and I was surprised. You shouldn't have said that.
Kane road minister onimonyamfo asenso boache ena yatinini yetuwa kasiane so ewo apomodimu ensemu na mrashibejani ma adeshomwa abuakwa south eye Dr. Kingsley Ajemai wasi kwanya abai ene mampanyin Dramani Mahama efaso na wamo eshe mpox monkeypox no na Ghana Health Service edibetu jase ehuri ekwa nanim say no 250 cases ena yenya emunipa baako etina nanom ewanse de wose ekamia yese aban no etu no ejeje mu dudu.
You know, when it comes to health promotion, one has to be very intentional. The government has not been intentional. What health promotion material has been brought to your station to broadcast? And for mpox, it is quite clear these people can be isolated and dealt, treated, and discharged. My constituents are not aware. It has not even come to the Parliamentary Health Select Committee on Health. And the Ghanaian does not know. I think the government has not been very forceful. The government has not even set it very well through its ministry or its Ghana Health Services. And a lot of promotion needs to be done. The disease is surging. Over 200 cases. Last week alone, 23 were recorded. So I think we have to do more. There should be more action. There should be more deliberations. There should be a lot of talk. There should be a lot of talk about. We all saw how COVID was handled in this country. COVID protocols, the presidency, the president himself, His Excellency, and now addressing Ghanaians every time if it's fellow Ghanaians. Mpox is escalating.
Na shebe jani ma this year. Womo ewo ebuoko South. Dr. Kingsley Ajemai. Ye tuasom. Chua former NPP Amanyo Konom. Lawyer Justin Kodria Frempong. Wadi atuma mpanyin John Dramani Mahama NDC. Amanyo Kono enimose. Ekuyafo womo ewo boko so ehu hia pa. Sanse yebenye bibie dini anwa ye deni abetena ha kasa ewose ekuyafo ebemu. Enu nti na womfo omani enko ekuyafo nso a womo ewo boko so ne enko ba ne se yede amanyosem ebefrafra.
With the drought currently happening in the northern part of our country that is affecting our farmers. We sympathize with our farmers. We know they are going through challenging times because of the drought, and indeed it will affect farming season. We are calling on the government, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the NDC government, to give special attention to our farmers who are going through these difficult moments, and for the government to also come out with a package that will also pushing them. The issue of Boko crisis is something that is very worrying, something that we, the New Patriotic Party, is very extremely concerned about. Human lives are being lost each and every day. Innocent students are being murdered each and every day. Innocent citizens are also losing their lives each and every day. All not because of their own choice, but because of where they find themselves in, and also because of the particular tribe that they belong to.
Lawyer Justin Kodria Frempong, Trotro for Emma NPP, Amanyo Kono. Na yantu aswe, enanon semwe si ye ewa boko ene na rugu SHS. Na enam so ama esuafo ni bi eti na nanomo ewa ensiedono. Ye nyina ye ni misebo sumi ya yebesimu iwasi nsohwe no ebekwaso. Enam so ama Executive Director, Emma Institute for Education Studies, Dr. Auntie Edenano, atumi se nkebe ya enkaban ema esuafo no ensa wo machi enkwa na rugu wase. Kwa kwatro ensohwe no yempe baabi a eben ho na mankwada no enkwatro ensohwe no wo ho.
This is not the only situation. In fact, I've been doing reviews of violence and clashes and on instability in our secondary schools. And since January, we've recorded about 6-7 issues, including gun violence and other things, which is a little bit problematic for me. So I think that we need to finalize those protocols and then ensure that as soon as there's an emergency, those protocols kick in. And with this, you bring in Sendolos because they have all the technology and everything mapped out with them. All that you need to do is to give them the guidelines as to when they would they step in when there is an emergency situation and children still need to access education. With the kids being driven from their communities to the exam center, I think if they decide to let them write in different communities, they have to think through with that one also. Because you see, this is examination, and I keep saying this, the conditions around examination can either enable students to pass or fail. And that is why we say that you cannot ascribe a particular factor to a student's performance, because so many things takes place so many things determine a student's performance in an examination.
Abusia ani ayati ye Dr. Peter Auntie, why Executive Director, Emma Institute for Education Studies. Pramtobre Kosia ena ugusutie wo Pent Radio 100.1. Yefi bakon semone ye de ne akyeremo ewo German North Mensin ni mu. Na Ghana National Fire Service, wo mu Safety Education Officer ena etu ye nyina yefo. Se ye sidan a eya yemfo wo mu ye professionals na omomewa ya dan no emfama yen. Ema ye nyese sika 70 no na ya fa chire woni akofro obi asa akeke so mewa ya yedan no se mpempi no eno na ya ede eja hyehye eba.
We should go for quality or qualified, certified electricians when we are doing our wiring. There's always chance for you to bargain. So, call no more electrician no say, on show that no ya wire mama. No call. And Casa or Koma Unia, and I say Ubushi and Nibi on Josika. On Josika, no Koyujuma Fundi amount. About to inferior, Nema and your papa by the cables. Put cables no sooner your inferior one. Say the ya cano, a normal Ibia Obiaka, almost in Nigeria goose. Okonomokota. omega so na we dey Nigeria for na menja papa. That's the inferior one. So e be say obre si u there qualified electrician obekono akoye adwuma ma fe. And one thing to so mu ye adwuma no a atan we mo ma guarantee so e from this period up to this period a 40 bi abomo me ya ma for free we okoto wire na de aba onim ceiling mu ye dwane wo so obako pe wire sini bibia na de aba oforo so na adwane onim se mbuoi omo na mo kaka wire so no so mo kaka na wo ye dwane bia e na say weather no so ye heat no e dryer cable itself e be say be lose contact so na de spark o na to na grande e na ya e ma sometimes we say eja to be obehwemu obi antifie ba eja na ato
na enu no ena owura yenli esan edeto wo mo mato ensase anim se ansa kra ena wo betu foundation no eya na wape nimdini bi amana begina wansa na watu foundation no wa kire wo se edan na wusi no eni kwan se wo de pono baako etumu e wo se epuru mienu anansa miensa ena wo de etumu na ekoba ne se BBC a wanya baabi adwane afa.
It should be 1-2 ways. Alternative, offer help and formula, overfire copy. Offer other side no overfire happy. Because when I to prevent stampede, over to me as I Timika said, dying beer averagely. Dying is Nipa was so multi, Nipa 3 and a 4 so multi dime back home. But Utima coffee, Punua a year by 2 feet and a 3 feet. Then Nipa by 6-7 or more than dime back. They just to my no for the media P. So a best see fee, a compound house, self-contained. Eso yo puma mienu anamiensa wo mo eso uncrete na fie no exit wo bebia o most of times na ye nim no ye windows ye jai e wo ye fie no mo hono so ye exit but se si am I say like you modernizing the man sa na akọ entrape ya ho because obo hu fie o mo si ano mo de dade e de abobobo wo windows say kronfo nti kronfo mba embe wia no so be straight for say you know mo modernize e ma welders no
ASO Michael Yuni Ghana National Service Ghana National Fire Service Commander eno ewo Jamai North mention mu wo safety education officer na yanto so rehusemu a esi nano juada ewo Asante Achim Atwedie na enam so ema emabuna wo mu kwanhyiamu wo epoye mantemu wo makosum nyame awie wo ba kwanhyia besie ama emudunsia etina nanom ewo nsedo a enan aka egu ayaresabia dwaso government hospital awo moje ayarehwe na enai chwochwofo abediekire ema Savior Church asori a wo mabunu ekoyi wo mukoti nanom ewo nsedo ewo akwantinfi no owura kwabena owuso ene ensemchwofo atwetwe nkomo a wo kyese empanyinfo wo mo ewo Savior Church no eya ahoboabo asombeye mass barrier ama emofra dunsia wo mo ahwere wo mo nkwa no.
Families, and we all get together and find a particular date to engage a mass barrier for their people. Yes, I went there with all the members of these affected families and they were able to identify their people. Families, and we all get together and find a particular date to engage a mass barrier for their people. Yes, I went there with all the members of these affected families and they were able to identify their people. Families.
Ora Kwabena Wusu eye Deputy Secretary Emma Savior Church of Ghana na Akuabra so enso eye obatan a ne baba mu a wanya mfinhia edunsia ono so akwamu ewoyi na waka ho bi na o chese wono woni baba abrantie yi a ene ye ne fie adwuma ede ma no entu owu abefa no koidie no kurani ne nsunu mate
Mekazai, la pe ali amini baba. Omle blama me, ona ugo mame. Eni mo ba wonzi asikan. Bibia bekazo onye bi obaye. Enzu a ni nyaketo anko anfa wono abeko. Eba ne ne meka, menyama metoi. This is the wusu mini ngo oduada. Oni this is the baba akọ nokoto mame. Eba ne sister, bla, me hunya benko, me ba die. Hunya asem.
Obatan in Sunumute, Redia Kafra. Mame, Akia Brasso, ne Baba Muan Finshe Dunsia, and so Eka and Quada Mukonya, a Quenchia, na or Moshe or Monquano, and Nene and Ayati. Na ne Crocromo and assembly member watch a dear, or Patrick Entry Kakari, and so Esra Ghana Highways Authority for say, and Manimu Yan or Monshe, now or Monquino at Tetia Pansam on Maye, and fa Emma.
We want the Ghana Highway Authority to at least come to Asante Achimachide and Waterway Stretch to come and see the possibilities and the measures that they can put in place so that we can at least minimize the frequent accidents.
Assembly member wa achedie Ori Patrick Kakari ena yate nini afe yanko agokensie mu ensemu na African Cup of Nations ema de na ekoso no ese de ni nyina aba na wie ye ekwa ase na Ghana fo ema ya Black Queens fo yi wo makwaje bronze e de abre ye na wo mode ba ye no ena mampanyi na ni age pa wo bo wo maba so papa wo se na be de akire de abra na agokensie ne koso no wana da biara da na wo hye ye maye ye wo mugu agopramaso a wo mu yi wo mona no so wo mu ya de o se entansi sa woni host nation be kwa akohia na ebe wi akire no mbobɔ draw enti abasobo a emu odene e no de ama won.
On behalf of the Vice President, Jen Nana Opukwajima, happy to receive you. We followed your game very keenly, especially Nana Jen. She was your chief supporter. Your style of play was, fantastic. But I want to congratulate Kurt and the management team, the coach, and all of you for playing with a Lions hat. It was just unfortunate that you came up against the host nation at a very critical time, and they were determined to win, whatever happened. And playing against a home team, especially the host team, is not the easiest of things, but you held them throughout, and it was only the penalties that let us down. So all is not lost. The best days are still ahead of you. There are many other games to play, and I'm sure that this is an experience you will take as part of the conditioning to rise to higher heights. And so we are all going to support you.
Mampanyi John Dramani Mahama no emana ya de toda mema no kura omukwa yehu de kosi ke bese nkosi aga enti ema akọ no omode bronze aba ya gene sa omaya de na mampanyi asai etwa subiem se yese wode no mabegu akwa mupa no manani akọ sports no ho ombesisi suku a ye be kase wo mo ye sports schools na yesisi enema ebeboa wo mo peche ene de keke ka ho aka de na etimi aboa amomo atete enkwada dodo na.
Sports is a very important aspect for creating opportunities for young people, and that's why we take sports very seriously. Kofi is a dynamic minister, and we renamed it Sports and Recreation because they go together. And I think so far we are on track. We want to catch talents from all over the country and catch them young and bring them into training so that we are able to build formidable teams, not only in the area of soccer, but in the area of boxing, in the area of athletics and all the other sports disciplines. Ghana has always been a great nation when it comes to sports, and we want to recapture that glory from the period of our first president. But we can't do that without infrastructure. And so as part of the Big Push program, we've agreed that all the regions that don't have stadia will build modern sports stadia so that young talents can go there and train and be able to play and do the best that they can to nurture their talents. We also are going to equip some of the schools around the country as sports schools. And so for those schools, we'll give them all the infrastructure they need, running tracks, all the kit for hockey, javelin, all the athletics.
Mampanyi John Dramani Mahama no wase sports no bema nani akwoso ye pa ma no ya de papa pa no mommo ya baso ya de mo piafo me nyina so na ensemu a me de so mo se awia prem to breka se no me fancy wo ye den kura ya de mo kwa mo fa hwema ma na ya de ensem no de to dwa no Ebi ene se mampanyin John Dramani Mahama ede adesede amakusasi ni mamprosifo se wo moma asumdue emfa ne ntam enfra wo mo entem sa so na Dr. Ken Ashigbe say wonu mo mokoto ehye forestry commission for so no animanimu ya yenhye na sankofo ni nyina yenche wona emra no eni wo mo eni ensem bi ka we ho na mesamufo se mo maame na metina se de mo se original kase wo Pent Radio 100.1 mefa emu asedama ohenere spices na ohenere non dairy powdered milk ohene banya kon esa ensem ni mu ma me no santina fidie na chi echinchi mfunuma no esan bobo voices ni nyina ma me se ke okay adawroma no de me kopie mu wo Facebook medi mame ajua ahenkra kechi madawase ama monity a